Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is the first video I'm making after hitting 1,000 subscribers. Yay! Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for the support. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Teresa. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And thank you so much for subscribing. Please, guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Road to 10,000 subscribers. Yeah. In today's video, I thought I'll share with you something that has caught my attention. There is this lady called REESA TEESA who has been trending for the past couple of days. She has a TikTok account and she has been telling the story of how she met and married a pathological liar. Yes, guys, these people are out here, like, it's crazy. Her story has been trending the past couple of days, and actually, when she posted like a week ago, her channel had 4,000 followers. Right now it has more than 1 million followers. So REESA meets this guy in an online dating site in March 2020, and in less than a month they move in together. Yeah, in less than a month, because that's when COVID hit and there was lockdown, so they moved in together because within maybe a couple of weeks they had gone out on several dates. And yeah, she thought like, maybe this guy is the one, and they started living together since. REESA is in her 40s, and according to her, like, she was ready to get married, to settle down. She saw a man who is her best friend. She wanted to get married, have a family with this guy, like someone who is her ride or die, someone who they will make fun of each other, someone who will help with the kids, someone who will make her life comfortable, you know, like everything any lady would wish for, you know. Like, she thought like it was finally her turn to be happy. So REESA calls this ex-husband, this pathological liar, Legion. So let's just call him that. So Legion is introduced to REESA's family, and he is always bragging about how rich he is, how he can fight, because he even had WWE championships belts. He's always bragging about he was playing football and stuff like that. So what was this guy lying about? First things first, he lied about his family. He said that he had 2 brothers, 2 sisters, and 2 half-brothers. So later on, REESA came to realize that he had only 2 brothers, he didn't have 2 sisters, and he didn't have even the half-brothers. So he had 1 big brother and 1 twin brother, and he never ever mentioned that he had a twin. Can you imagine that? And since it was during the COVID period, I think a month or 2 after they met, Legion calls REESA when she was at work. He was crying, saying that the grandmother has died of COVID. Guys, the grandmother had died years ago. He was only lying that the grandmother had died of COVID, and he was all like washing hands, wearing gloves, blah blah blah, like trying to be all hygienic because of COVID, only to notice that the grandmother had died years and years ago. Another thing that he lied about is where the grandparents are buried. Can you imagine? Legion took REESA on like a drive. They passed by the cemetery, and he even showed her where the grandparents are buried, only to realize later that that's not even the grandparents' burial site. The other thing he lied about was his finances. So this guy, what he used to do, he takes screenshots on Google and uses that to show REESA, like, this is the proof of funds he has, like, this is the money I have in my account. Yeah, that's what he was doing. Like, he was just playing with this lady's mind. The other thing he lied about was his social security number. So at one point, when they were getting married, he wrote a different, he gave a social security number. So REESA wanted to transfer jobs, and the jobs requested her to provide the social security number of the husband. So she asked the husband for his social security number, and she realized that the security number she used for the marriage certificate and the security number he has given right now, they are two different numbers. Like, that was another red flag. The other thing he also lied about was where he went to school. He said he went to a specific state to do school, which was a lie, and he also lied about living in California with an ex-wife. So this guy had been married twice and divorced twice. So REESA was the third woman whom he got divorced to. Have I mentioned that he even lied about the work, like the occupation of the dad? He told REESA that the dad was a law enforcement officer, and it turns out that the dad was a truck driver. There's nothing wrong with that, but why would you lie? And I think at some point he worked as a correctional officer. He also said that the mom was a teacher, but it turned out later that she was a substitute teacher. Like, being a teacher was not really her profession. Like, I don't see anything wrong with their profession, but like, why would you lie? Just be honest, right? Guys, all this happened in a span of 1 year, 5 months. Like, they met in March of 2020 and they got divorced. Like, the finalization of the divorce papers was actually finalized in August of 2021. So when did they get married? They got married on January 5th. And after getting married, REESA says that that's when everything changed. Like, this guy's attitude started changing, the way he was treating her, like everything changed. This guy starts questioning about what she's wearing, the time she's getting home. I know he's being concerned, maybe because now she's the wife, but he could have been concerned before that because they were still living together. But now why start acting up after getting the marriage certificate and all? The end of January, REESA goes out, and when she's out, this guy texts her and is like, there's someone who has come to look for her, blah, 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 blah. And he claimed that the guy who came to look for her was her ex-boyfriend. And REESA is like, no, it can't be. Like, she thought of every man possible who could have come to look for her. She was even giving the description of the people she thought who could have come. Anyway, later on, she went to the neighbor whose CCTV camera can capture her garage, and she found out that nobody came. In May 2020, REESA realized that she was expecting a baby. So they were having issues with the guy because she had started noticing red flags here and there, and she was a bit concerned, and she was even wondering how she was going to have a healthy pregnancy. Unfortunately, in June, she got a miscarriage. So that took a toll on her. After getting pregnant, they start looking for a house because now the family was growing. They needed more room in the house. So this guy starts taking her to see the houses. He even says that he will buy the house cash. He even shows he has showed REESA that he has money, right? So like, he takes her from one house to another just to view the houses, but he had no intention of buying the houses because he didn't even have the money. I guess Legion is just, he's sick, like he's mentally sick, because like, this guy tortured REESA mentally. So he knew that REESA wanted dream car is BMW X5. So what does this guy do? He takes REESA, takes her to the showroom. They test different, like REESA drove several cars. And all this to say that this guy had no intention of buying the cars. Like, he gained joy from seeing the excitement in her, like showing her the houses, taking her out to try to test drive the cars, but he had no intention of getting them. Like, he just derived joy from seeing her so excited and knowing that none of these was going to come to pass. I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. If you are, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And do you know what else this guy did? He knew that REESA has always wanted to go to Europe, like to go to London and to go to Paris. What he does, he goes get an itinerary of a trip, like showing a trip to London, a trip to Paris, and guys, this was just to see her excited. This girl went even further. Like that same week, she renewed her passport because she thought that she was going to go to London. Guys, like, who will do that? Like, why would you be so evil to bring the dreams or the hopes of someone so high, yet to crush them? So when did she come to terms with, like, enough is enough? First, she confirmed that this guy was cheating on her. This guy had 2 phones. He claimed that one phone was a work phone, but it was just his other phone that he used to communicate with women on it. Like, this is so sad. And another thing, like, she confronted him about where he went to school because she had done her own investigation. Like, guys, this girl went through a lot. She did her own investigation, like she was a CIA, FBI. She called the school to ask about this guy, asking if he went to that school. The guy, they are like, the school was like, no, we don't have any records of this person. And when he confronted her, that same day is when REESA kicked Legion out of the house. So before kicking him out, the Legion called the auntie. And he's like, I have never lied to this woman. Like, he said, like, and that's when she snapped. Because she had all the evidence, like from cheating, he didn't go to that school, he had like the wife whom he said that he was living with in California was living in Atlanta, like they were in the same city. And this guy is just another character, because not so long ago he calls REESA and says that the daughter of the ex-wife, they were not his children. Like, the ex-wife came with 2 kids, but they were close to him. He said that the daughter had died. So at some point, REESA reached out to this ex-wife to know, like, what had happened, like, why did they divorce? And before she hung up, she was like, and how is your daughter? And then the woman was like, the daughter is fine. Like, why would you kill somebody's daughter? Like, why would you even kill someone with your words? Like, this was so inhuman of him. This is me at a local market here in Lome Togo. I thought I should show you how a local market here looks like. REESA calls this series, Who the F Did I Marry? So now back to the story. Why did she stay? She says that she didn't want to be alone. You can imagine, she's a lady in her 40s. She wants to settle down. She wants to have a family. She wants to have kids. She didn't want to be alone. And in her own words, she says that being single sucks, but being married to the wrong person is a type of hell no one should go through. Because, guys, she has been through it all. Like, she has been through a lot. Like, I feel so sorry for her, like, for what she went through. And I hope, like, her life after this will just be different. Like, she'll be able to go to London, she'll be able to go to Paris, she'll be able to get herself the BMW that she wanted, you know. Another reason why she stayed is that she did not want to look stupid, because people would say that she left too soon. Because, like, people were always, like, telling her, there's something off with this guy, but like, she just ignored them. Like, she just wanted to prove them wrong. And the reason number 3 why she stayed is that she thought that she was ready to get married. Like, she thought, like, it was finally her turn to be happy. It was finally her turn to have a family, you know. Like, like, her story really touched me. And I thought of the many women who are suffering out here in the hands of bad men. Like, just know it's not your fault. Like, none of this is your fault, because that guy who is treating you that way, he's mentally sick. Like, he has to be mentally sick, because like that's not being human. Like people out here, oh god, like it's a crazy world out here. And the other thing, you know, when this guy moved in with her, he used to take care of all the bills. Like he took all the financial stress away, because like he paid for everything. But on the other hand, like this took a toll on her mentally. Like it totally took a toll on her mentally. Like she's even saying that she's going for therapy, and she's saying that therapy works. So if you're in her state or in such a position, I am not in any position to advise anyone, but I always tell people, like, if you're going through something, share it with people. Because one of the things she didn't do is that she did not tell anybody. She did not tell her mom, she did not tell her auntie, who are very close to her. Like she just kept it to herself. So she was suffering alone. So if you are in any type of situation, it doesn't matter whether it is her type of situation or whatever situation you're going through, like just share, just find someone to share with. Like don't care what people will say about you, as long as like you get help. So the main purpose of this video for REESA is to help at least one lady out there. She's like, she doesn't want any other woman to go through what she went through, because this was a traumatic experience for her. She doesn't wish it for anybody. And if there's something that doesn't seem right with whatever you're going through in any kind of relationship, just investigate it. Get to the bottom of it, and don't leave loose ends. Like just get to the bottom of it, get the answers to the questions you want. Don't just ignore or excuse stuff. Like just make sure you get the details, because like as long as you know what is going through, you'll be at peace. But if you don't know what is going through or what is going on, and you just excuse it or you just ignore it, it's going to torture you. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and listening to me. And I hope someone has watched this video and he or she has learned, because also men are suffering out here. Men are not talking, and oh god, like anyway, I will leave you with this last clip of a sermon I watched, and I hope it will help you. Thank you guys for watching. Until the next one, guys, bye.
So it's important for you to pray for your children. As a woman, you have two communication gadgets, your breast and your womb. Lay your hands and pray. Every child that ever sucked this breast, you will not go to hell. Every child that ever laid in this, you will not miss it in marriage. Because let me tell you the truth, no matter what you invest into your children, if they miss it in marriage, 90-something% of their life is gone. There's no peace in the evening of your own life too. You pray. As a man, you pray and cover your children. Once in a while, you carry anointing oil or communion. You break the bread on behalf of your children, their academics, everything that has to do with them. You pray for them. Nobody can pray for your children like you. That was how God started Mother Summit, that has become a phenomenon all around the world now. I leave my kids' room open. 2 a.m. I go carry and anoint them every day. Prayer covering them, pushing them. You will be married as virgins, male and female. And that was what happened. In this wicked, terrible world, we still have a remnant. My in-laws will call me. I just want to say thank you for the kind of woman where you give my God. They are blessing us. Peace in their marriage. Prayer cover your children. Prayer cover your marriage too. I am a truly happily married woman. Even the devil in his craziest state knows.